Welcome to another episode of SBB Live. My name is Kelly Wayne, and I'm your host. I am also the Director of Sales here at Seniors Blue Book. I am very excited today to have our guest, Patty Hamilton from the Alloro at University Groves. And we are going to share some really amazing information about Patty's destination. She's going to talk all about her luxury community that is yet to open. So very, very exciting stuff happening. But I always like to ask before we start, those of you who are watching, let us know where you are watching from. It's okay to chat, comment in the chats. Let us know what city you're watching from. And if you like what you hear, don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up. We like those too. And of course, if you have any questions for myself or Patty, please mention them in the chat and we'll make sure that we answer your questions. So Patty, before we get going, because I want you to share all of this great stuff about the community, I actually want to ask you a personal question first. I always ask my guests what their reason is for doing what they do. Most people have a why for whatever it is they do, and they're usually very passionate about that why, which connects them to their career. So share with our viewers why you are where you are doing what you do.
Well, Kelly, thank you for having me today. I appreciate the opportunity. Well, it goes back to when my grandparents lived with us in our home. We had 5 children. I was the last of the 5. My parents and my grandparents, all in a house that was probably not big enough for 4 people. But I learned what older senior people were like. And from that point on, I had that heartfelt love to take care of people. And I am by trade a nurse. I went to nursing school early on in 1978. And since then, I have been working with seniors in community living spaces, whether it's their home or in independent living communities, such as the one we're about to talk about.
That's great. And you definitely have some exciting things to share. So I just learned a whole bunch from Patty. Before we decided to go live today, she told me all about the Alloro. And let me tell you, if you are someone sitting there watching right now, you definitely want to hear about this lifestyle community, 55 plus luxury. Most people probably don't know what that means. So before I have you give us all the details on the great amenities, because there are many, tell the folks that are watching, what does a lifestyle community look and feel like, and what makes that a little bit different, that definition alone? Can you explain that?
Sure. Well, a community such as ours is a place where you can feel safe and welcomed and included in your daily life. So, you know, we've all gone through COVID for the last couple of years, and there are many people that are alone. They've either lost a spouse or never had one and have been isolated for 2 years. And our goal is to have people be part of a community. So you can rent an apartment, you can go to work, you can go to the grocery store, come back to your apartment, and you may never see a person. You may never pass a person in your hallway. But here, you're going to have your own space, which is going to be a beautiful space to your choice. You're going to be able to pick out what you want in your space, what size you want, what window you're going to look out. Will the sun shine on you in the morning, or will it shine on you in the evening? So once you get to that space, what happens after that? You now go to the dining room, which we will have a meal plan that you can opt into, and you meet new friends. You're sitting in the great room reading a book, and a person sits next to you and says, "Oh, hi, my name's Mary. What's yours?" You don't really have these opportunities in a home when you're alone, or even in another rental community. Then you start to look at all of the amenities that we're going to offer, aside from the meal plan, from just the community living portion of it. And once we start to list those, it's almost impossible to not say, why am I not there now?
Yeah, you and I talked a little bit about like what those amenities look like. And I think, some people who are out there who might be thinking, my home is too much for me. It's just a lot of work, or it's just too expensive. There's an expense, to owning a home. Or maybe you're just not getting out, like you said, you're not getting out that much, and you really are someone who wants that socialization. You talked to me a little bit about some of the amenities, and I thought, wow, this would be a place I'd want to come live, especially if I was looking for, to meet new friends. But talk to the viewers a little bit about what makes the Alloro luxury. You've got some really great amenities. I want you to tell them all.
So our clubhouse is really going to be the hub of the community. So you'll have your apartment, but the clubhouse is going to house the dining room, the bar. We will have a 20+ seat movie theater, which will have not just movies a couple nights a week, but we'll have educational speakers, which is part of our SUN program, that allows people to still learn and grow as adults. Language classes, travelogue. We have a professor who comes in and talks about different places that you might want to travel, but you're unable to. So you're going to watch it on a screen and see what it's like to go to Greece. We will have a heated as well as cooled pool outdoors. So that's unusual for most people. But in Florida, if you've lived here for any time, the pool in the summer is not cool. And it feels like you're taking a bath. So our pool will be cooled. And that is a new thing that people are starting to do. And we will be one of the ones to have that. Patio fireplaces, outdoor barbecues. So if you feel like you want to have friends over and cook a couple of steaks on the grill, that will be available to you. Bocce ball, pickleball. Pickleball is the rage, and we will have pickleball. We are a pet-friendly community, so we'll have a dog park. We will have a full-time exercise coordinator, which will do, she or he will do instructor-led classes, yoga, Zumba, a full gym. So if you're already paying for a gym membership, that's one less expense you're going to have, as you mentioned, that your expenses should be less. You won't have to pay for your pool person who takes care of your pool or cuts your grass. Carefree living. That's what we're trying to get across to people, is that you can just get up in the morning, go to your exercise class, go to breakfast, and go back to your apartment and not have to worry about any of it.
Yeah, I will say, just because I got a little bit of, I got the 411 on some of these apartments too. And for those of you who have the objection, they're too small, you need to call Patty, because there are square footages I'm seeing here, over 2,000 square feet they have an apartment, and that's larger than a lot of people's homes. So if you are someone who wants a bigger dwelling, you have the option of that here, which is really, that's also a very unique trait that you offer at your community, because most times people are right sizing into significantly smaller spaces. So that's a really neat thing. All right, finally, I want to finish up with this. Someone's watching, they're like, wow, I want to come see it. I'm ready. I want to move in. Tell the folks, because you're in construction right now, when can people move in? And I know that the process for them starts much earlier. People are having conversations with you now, but just let's close out with you giving us an idea. When is this all going to happen? And when can people see what this is going to look like and potentially make the change to move?
As you said, construction is ongoing. Our date that we are hoping to be completed with building 1, which would be phase 1, is October 22nd of this year. And phase 2, the entire project should be finished April of 2023. So there is time, but in the meantime, if you want more information, feel free to call me, Patty Hamilton. I'm the leasing specialist. And should I give my telephone number, Kelly, at this time?
Yeah, you can. And just so you all know too, if you look at the top of the description, you're going to have a way to access Patty as well, a link that goes directly to her Facebook page or the company's website, and you'll be able to look a little bit more about what they have going on. But yes, Patty, tell everyone how to reach you directly.
Okay, and it is Alloro at University Groves, and my telephone number is 239-671-6048. And you will get me directly with that telephone number. It won't be an answering service or anything. It will be me, and I will be happy to share more information with you and set up an appointment to have you come to our leasing center when that is available. Hopefully that's going to be in the next couple of weeks as well.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for sharing. This is very exciting. Now, I know as things start to unfold, you and I are going to have to connect again, and maybe even I'll come down when your leasing center opens, and we can shoot some video and show everyone live what you've got going on there. So lots of really good things. Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing with all of our viewers. You have a really amazing luxury community, and I hope all of you will take a few moments to contact Patty, have some more conversation, and consider this as a great option for your next phase, whatever that is for you.
Thank you. Thank you.